Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my garden. I feel like I am in an absolute jungle of tomatoes. We are going to harvest probably as much as we can. The frost is coming. 2, 3 weeks maybe, which means the snow is coming. Yay. I'm a little excited. Probably not anybody else, but I like winter. Anywho, so I'm going to show you around, show you what we planted, what we liked, what we disliked, all the things. All right, here we go. Oof, I almost biffed it. With plant number one. Yes, I know. She's super rough. And then this one, yep, she's rough and stuff as well. So these little marks on here are actually from a raccoon. Decided to scratch it, which it healed nicely, but this was supposed to be a squash plant. And this is how it looks when we return from vacation. That is an acorn squash, and it does have the mildew on it as well, but I discovered this, so we're just going to let him go. I'm actually quite surprised that this thing is still growing because it did get attacked many times. You can see how squishy that is with the squash vine borer. Nasty little buggers. On to our tomatoes, but first we have asparagus that we planted. This is its second year. And this was before we decided to put a tomato trellis in. We also plan on moving all of this asparagus, which is kind of sad. I mean, it's already on its second year, and I know the longer you have asparagus in the ground, the more you can harvest. So that's why it makes me sad. Don't mind all these. These are all coming out. We had so many tomato plants, we decided just to shove them in the ground. But our ground is like clay, and they didn't do very well at all. I mean, it's pretty sad, right? So we have a ton of beefsteak, which really didn't get that big. Mostly chocolate cherry. These things just went absolutely crazy this year. This catastrophe is also some chocolate cherries, and then the rest are super sweet 100s. We're getting a little crunchy. So that's why we're going to harvest today. Here we have the funkiest poblano pepper I've ever seen in my life. And this is our broccoli. It's a calabrese. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. But we harvested a couple times and then decided to let it go to seed. And this sad little thing is our sugar bush watermelon plant. We got one watermelon off of it. And these little seed pods are radishes. We're letting those go to seed as well, right along with our lettuce. I'll save all those little seeds. And some kale. The biggest, I have to back up for this, marigolds I've ever planted in my entire life. Same seeds I bought last year. I'm going to say at Menards. I don't know what we're doing right, but they just get ginormous. And right here we have the longest bean. So this is an asparagus bean. I mean, they're pretty and all, but I don't think we're going to plant them next year. We absolutely do not have a trellis for them, so I just had to wrap them around everything. Another tomato, beefsteak. And our cute little lemon trees. We have about one there, one over here, one here. Now, because of our zone, we do have to bring them in every winter. And then some Brussels sprouts. This is our first year growing Brussels sprouts. I'm just not sure about those. Some seem to do really, really well. And then others, like, what the heck is that? I don't know. I did see that if you cut the tops off, it's going to put more energy into the actual Brussels sprout, but they may not be a thing we plant next year. They do take up a lot of space, and our backyard is ridiculously small. City life. And then our yellow squash, this poor thing, she's done. That is way too big. And this, I think, oh yeah, we're squishy, squishy. She's toast. That's going to go straight to the compost. Oosh. Okay, on to the next. And over here, this is the first time we planted this. I only planted it because they look cute. They're hot lemon peppers. And because our jalapenos just did not take off this year, I think I'm going to make some cowboy candy with those. We also planted the VF version of aroma tomato. And what that means is they are naturally resistant to two common diseases. We also had San Marzanos this year, but they're all harvested, so there's nothing to show. A beautiful green pepper. I can't wait to eat that. And this, if you see this, it's just soapy water. That would be 2 marigold plants. Huge, enormous. And then I did hear that if you plant nasturtium, it helps keep certain bugs away. But I'm going to show you guys something absolutely crazy. I understand these are only annual plants, but they do drop a bazillion seeds. So let me take you out front. Okay, here is the start of our nasturtium. And this is literally 10 seeds. It just keeps going and going and going. And I've had to rip it out of the siding. You can see it's actually sticking out right there. We planted the nasturtium as a crop trap. And what that basically means is the nasturtium may draw away the aphids, cabbage moths, cucumber beetles, nasty little critters like that away from your cucumbers and your cabbages and Brussels sprouts. We did have a huge influx and still do of cabbage moss. So I'm not really sure how well these are working. I think if I would have read the package before planting these, I definitely would not have put them here. But we are going to try again next year, just in a different spot. This is just crazy. Holy moly, do you see that? Enough of that. We have a few herbs here, some cilantro, and some toasty basil that kind of bolted. And I believe it's toast. Once it bolts, it gets bitter. Yuck. Maybe next year we'll plant some more. Here we have some mixed peppers. We actually bought mixed peppers at our local market, little farmer's market, and I saved the seeds. And that's what we got, which is awesome. I didn't have to buy the seeds. And we have some banana peppers. We're not focusing here. Banana peppers. And some more lettuce. And then what else do we have? Oh, here we have some green beans that need harvested. I was hoping to get a lot more. We did get a pressure canner this year so that I could can green beans, but We just ran out of space. Our garden's pretty small. We have 3 beds, the trellis, whatever decides to pop up in the compost pile. Oh, before you go, I want to show you. We do have like huge plans for next year. I'm going to turn the camera around. So right here, between this bed and the neighbor's fence, we could probably fit 1, 2, 3. Take this baby out, maybe 3 extra beds. And then where our fence is, it's actually at the back of the house. And I think we're going to remove that, extend it to the front of the house. Let me see. I'll show you guys how much space that would give us. So all that space. Oof. Yikes. See those things? That is why we have the soapy water. Anywho. So yeah, that's our plan. Extend the fence out. I think we're going to build another trellis. That way we can get rid of all of these stakes in the ground and the tomatoes will do better. I mean, look at this thing. I don't know, maybe about 4 foot tall, but it's sad. Well, I think that's going to do it for our garden tour today. I hope maybe I inspired you guys just a little bit with our tiny little property, but we're trying to do big things with what we have. Our ultimate goal is to sell, find more property so we can have more garden, more food storage. That'd be cool. So until I see you next time, be kind, eat well, and we'll see you in the next one.